Yo, what's going on, Titan Nation? Y'all let me know if y'all can see me, if y'all can hear me. We are live. And I'm letting everybody know that y'all can come on in and we're going to have a real good time. So, everybody, come on in. We're going to have a good time. Let me know if y'all can hear me. I'm live and kicking, and we're going to getting this thing going. So let me know if y'all can hear me good. Okay, looks like everybody's good. So um, welcome into the draft show. Welcome into TNT. I am back. I am live once again. I know it's been a while. Um, we're gonna definitely have some fun. Make sure y'all share this thing out to everybody. Let everybody know what's going on. Let everybody know where we're at so that they can come on in as well. Kind of had to fix some things. Had to kind of rearrange some things a little bit to try to do this so that this works out better. And so definitely make sure we share the show out. But definitely back on the screen, definitely back uh, live. Um, just to give y'all a little bit of feedback on what's been going on with me. Um, I I've been working a lot lately. Um, I've been working a lot lately. I've had to work. I've been working a couple of jobs. I'm working two jobs right now, so that's why I have not been able to um, upload as much as I used to. Mainly because um, I'm working two jobs right now, um, and everything. So it's been kind of difficult to try to go live because I'm trying to make sure I work out. I'm also trying to make sure I get my rest and things like that. So that is why I have not. Um, that's why I've not been live as much as I used to be, and but I am back now, and I will be letting y'all know I'm gonna start going live on Thursday nights instead of Wednesday nights. So we have a brand new night. It's gonna be Thursday nights that I go live. Um, and everything. So I'll be going live right here on Ties and Truth on Thursday nights instead of Wednesday nights. So that's gonna be the new night, Thursdays. So definitely come on in. We're definitely gonna be bringing that content back. So like I said, DO9. Let y'all know what's been going on with me. I've been working two jobs. Of course, some of y'all know I work in production with the television station Fox 13. I picked up a second job. Um, I picked up a second job with doing working at a restaurant. So um, I've been working a couple of jobs. So that is why I have not been putting out content um as much as I used to. So um I definitely apologize. I have not been around as much as I used to be, but I'm telling y'all now, I am returning. I am making a comeback. Um Definitely want to make sure things are bigger and better. I don't want to just throw some crap together. I want to make sure it is the best content possible and make sure that I'm in the best um mental shape possible so that I can provide you the best content in the world. I'm just right now sharing this show out to everybody right now. So that's why I'm looking down at the immediate moment. But yes, I am returning. I am good to go. I do see people coming in the comments again. Make sure y'all share this show out. Make sure all of you hit that like button. That definitely helps spread the word to everybody. And make sure y'all share this show to everybody. Quinn, what's going on with you? I see my boy XD Gamer is back. I see my boy XD Gamer is back and everything. So I definitely appreciate that. Um, I say NJ Titans fan, what's going on? I see Marvin Lawrence tightened up, DO9, and everything. I see my boy X is here. What's going on? Again, make sure y'all spread the word. Let everybody know what's up. JC Latham did not become a Pro Bowler. I did not think he was ready to get there yet. But he did have a very good season. That much is a fact. And looking at the draft with live in Green Bay, and it is live. It's a very big crowd. It's a very nice crowd. I don't think it's Nashville-esque. I don't think it's Nashville-esque, but it's still a nice crowd. I see Preppy saying, let's go. Yeah, we are gonna be starting in about, the draft starts in about 6 minutes. And first thing I want to do is also mention the news about Tyler Lockett. And so now they're talking about the Titans not moving off of number one. I was thinking, yeah, of course not. They already said that you would have to offer a ridiculous offer for us to move off of one. And after Cam Ward's pro day, that price, of course, was gonna go up. That price was definitely gonna go up after that pro day. Sure did. And so now we're not moving off of one. Cam Ward is the number one pick. It's pretty much a done deal. Dr. Stone, what's going on with you? I appreciate everybody coming in. I'm just trying to I'm sharing this out, trying to spread the word. Trying to spread the word because I had to go with a different link. I had to go with a different link. And I think they took away my TNT channel, which I don't like that, but I'm gonna fix that. I'm gonna get that fixed too. My Facebook page. I'm gonna get that fixed as well. I'm just spreading the word to everybody, so that way everybody can come on in and be a part of this. But yeah, the Titans last night signed Tyler Lockett, 1 year, $4 million, with a chance to get up to $6 million. I definitely did like that pickup. I thought I thought it was a very good pickup, a good veteran player that could play in the slot. He may not have the speed he used to have, but that guy was very, very productive. And I think that's a good security blanket for a young rookie quarterback, somebody that has experience and somebody that can really help him, especially knowing, hey, I'm gonna be sitting down in this zone. I'll be sitting down here. You can get to me. He's a very good guy where knowing like in certain zones where to sit down and things like that. So I definitely do like that. I definitely do like that. And he's a very, very good pickup. Now I know some people would think, oh, that means that they're not going to take a wide receiver at 35. I as I think Kaharski and some others said, one thing that I think this does, it definitely gives you more flexibility now. So now, if you want to trade down, you can. You're not pressured to stay at that pick or trade down. You can do whatever you want. If your best player available is there at 35, like an Emeka Ibuka or a Luther Burden or a Donovan Ezeraku or James Pierce, you take them at 35. You take them at 35. If the right person is not there, then yeah, if you can find a trade partner, you trade back. Because remember, it takes two to tango. It takes two to tango. You take the best player available. And then obviously the Titans are going to work the phone to try to get back into the third round or something like that. And one thing that I would say, don't be surprised of, which I think I would be shocked if it happened, but don't expect the unexpected. The Titans could very well find a way to move back into the back end of the first round if you see there's a run on receivers or a run on pass rushers. If that starts, if you see, Mike Green, if you see a Mike Green, or if you see you see a Mike Green and you see Ezeraku go, then you better go ahead and get James Pierce before he's gone. Something like that. You definitely want to take advantage of the situation that you're in. And so this is a very, very important draft. Mike Borgonzi's first draft. This is Mike Borgonzi's first draft, and he's got to make it a good one. He definitely has to make it a good one. And so I definitely do believe he has, we're going to definitely find out what kind of guy, what kind of general manager Mike Borgonzi really is with this very first draft. And so I am all for it. I am excited about it. Again, y'all let me know if my sound is good or if my sound sucks. Let me know that. We're definitely going to have some fun right here on Titans and Truth. Definitely make sure y'all are with me. Definitely working on some things. Definitely going to make sure I start bringing out some more content. But I am, again, going to be going live on Thursdays now, not Wednesdays, because Wednesdays I work at my other job. But I am able to be free on Thursdays. If something happens where I can't, I would definitely do my best to keep you informed. Now I may not go live as much in the off season if it's a lull or anything like that. But like when off season workouts begin, I'll definitely talk a little bit about that if there's some worthy news or anything that goes down, things like that. So definitely, um, definitely looking forward to that. I saw a video on Twitter where Cam Ward said, "Man, it ain't nothing to do in Green Bay. It's cold. It's cold. It's like, he ready to get picked. He ready to come on down to Nashville." And they're showing Cam Ward now on TV, our future, our new, soon to be starting quarterback. Now he's got to earn it. He's got to earn it. He's got to earn that respect. He's got to earn that respect and everything. But I really do think this is going to be a good signing. NJ Titan fan says, I like the signing of Lockett. Cam have a reliable receiver. He can help with the younger guys. Yeah, I agree with that. Dr. Stone said our wide receiver room is so bad, I can't even be mad at Lockett. I agree. X is saying we're playing y'all in October. I believe that is correct. That is definitely correct. And wow, Shador Sanders didn't even show up at the draft. That's something. But of course, it was coming out that, of course, right now, you got Cam Ward going at 1. It looks like Travis Hunter's going at 2. Looks like Abdul Carter's going at 3, and it looks like Will Campbell, the tackle out of LSU, is going at 4. That's at least the early on predictions slash possible locks for this draft. So a lot of people saying the draft really starts at 5 with the Jacksonville Jaguars. And teams like the Jets, teams like teams like the Jets, they don't need a quarterback right now. Um, they don't need a quarterback right now. Vegas doesn't need a quarterback. They got Geno Smith. Jets got Justin Fields. Carolina, now you would think Carolina is an interesting situation, but I think they still, maybe believe in Bryce Young. Uh, I think they still believe in Bryce Young. So they're not going to probably pick a quarterback. It would probably surprise me. That could be a surprise team that does pick Shador, but I don't think they will. Rumor is New Orleans is not picking a quarterback either. So now Shador Sanders could be in for a very, very, very long night. Shador Sanders could be in for a very long night. And now, of course, the commissioner is about to make his way. I guess they got new bikes, like electric, like they got bicycles now and stuff, which I don't know what the point of that is. But Commissioner Roger Goodell on a bike. And for some of y'all also, I don't know, some of y'all might end up being ahead of me and stuff like that. Please don't give away the other picks before I announce it. I'm just saying that because um, I'm trying to, I'm seeing it as it goes. Well, look who else is in the building. Tunchi, Wheezy F Baby. Wheezy in Green Bay, of course. I'm trying to remember. I know he's a big fan of a particular team. Well, I know he's a Saints fan. He's a Saints fan. So I know that. But that was definitely Lil Wayne. Yes, it is. Roger Goodell relishes in there when they boo him. He is the perfect heel. He is a good heel. He's a good heel. He embraces the boos now. Tradition in Green Bay with the bikes, NJ Titan fan. Yeah, probably that's the best way of transportation. Wow, 125,000. Not matching the 200 some odd thousand that was in Nashville in 2019. In 2019, we had almost 200,000 straight days. So right now, the commissioner is opening the draft, and of course, the Titans are about to be on the clock officially. Dr. Stone said he likes Green Bay. I believe he's a Saints fan because he's from New Orleans. He's from New Orleans. Um, but now the draft begins. Mike Borgonzi, his era begins now. And he's gonna have to make the right choice. He's gonna have to make the right choices. But that also includes but that also includes um being I have no idea what I was just saying. I lost my train of thought. But what I'm saying is, yeah, Mike McCarthy's got to make the right picks, including this first pick. Huh. Wow. Wow. Somebody like there was a message. I think Aaron Rodgers from AJ Hall. The Bears still suck. Of course, you know Bears fans ain't gonna like that one too much. But appreciate y'all coming up, joining me on Titans and Truth here tonight. Um, but man, they bring it back to Nashville. I'm gonna be ready. It's, all right, clock starts. I say milk this thing for everything it's worth. We know what we're doing. It's not gonna take long. We know what we're doing. Don't get cute. Don't make this thing super interesting. You know, maybe the Giants are probably trying to get a last ditch effort in there. You know, maybe somebody is going to offer the most ridiculous thing ever. And I think also there are some fans who couldn't get in, who couldn't get, down there like in the area are also watching the draft inside Lambeau Field as well. I'm gonna have to go up there for a game. And I think that's something that I'm gonna try to start doing is making sure I visit other stadiums much more. The Titans are playing the Raiders. I am definitely going to that game in Vegas. I am not missing that one. I am definitely going to that game in Vegas. I just need to know what the date is. So I will definitely do that. Now, Adam Schefter is saying the Giants offered multiple picks, including a first round pick next year. Now, there were a lot of people that were saying it wasn't but the third round pick, but it looks like Mike Borgonzi, he is making the call, and see they're videoing it now. They are making the call to Cam Ward right now. They are telling him, hey, it's official. So Cam Ward, it is official. They're making the call. Mike Borgazzi making the call to Cam Ward right now. Lions, Dr. Stone, you're right. Lions season is over. Wayne is a diehard cheesehead. Okay. Thank you, Dr. Stone, for verifying that for me. But it's pretty much official now. Cam Ward is a Tennessee Titan. He's going to be there. And, of course, right now, Mike Borgazzi is making the call. But you know how they're now moving completely off of Cam Ward. They're not even talking about him now. They've moved on to Shador, which again, Shador is in for a very, very long night. The way it looks, it's going to be very interesting. He could have a Aaron Rodgers esque type night. The Steelers met with him. So the fact of the matter is, but now it's time. But yeah, but the call has been made. Like they were showing it on TV. They showed the war room. They were showing like the production crew, taking a video of Mike Borgonzi. getting on the phone, and then they just showed Cam Ward picking up his cell phone, so we know where they're going. And they're showing Shador. I don't know why they're showing him right now. He is not the guy that's on the other end of the phone with Mike Borgonzi. The guy on the other end is Mr. Cameron Ward. And now Brian Callahan is talking to him. Miss Amy has talked to him. This is a big night for the Tennessee Titans. This is a huge, huge night for the Tennessee Titans. Did we just get our franchise quarterback that could take us into the future? I think they're making a great pick with Cam Ward, and be on the lookout. Be on the lookout later on in this draft. Will Levis, I think Will Levis gets traded this weekend because some team is going to be desperate for a quarterback. Some team is going to be desperate for a quarterback. And they're saying they compare him to Patrick Mahomes. I'm like, that's pretty big shoes to fill. That's pretty big shoes to fill. But if he fills those shoes, it's going to be awesome. I definitely do like how he extends plays. He can extend plays. He can make, give receivers more time to get open and things like that. I mean, can he be that? I mean, Patrick Mahomes, again, that is a very tough comparison because you got to come with it if you're going to be a Patrick Mahomes. Now, somebody else is saying pick Shador, but we know who it is. It's game, set, match. After the pro day of Cam Ward, they had a private workout. In that pro day, at Cam Ward's pro day, think about everybody that was there. GM Mike Borgonzi was there. President Chad Brinker was there. Assistant General Manager Dave Zeichler. Third in command, Reggie McKenzie. Head coach Brian Callahan. Offensive coordinator Nick Holtz. Quarterback coach Bo Hardegree. Miss Amy was there herself. All of those guys, not to mention their entire media and production team was in Coral Gables, Florida for this pro day. So you knew something big was going on. You kind of knew where they were going. The pick is in. We're finna make it official. Colorado's pro day, everybody didn't go. Borgonzi, no, I think Borgonzi was there. Ty Tolbert, the wide receiver coach, was there. And a couple of people. It wasn't as many as a contingent. The media crew was not there. The media crew was not there. And then they canceled Shador's workout, which meant game over. And now, let's make it official. Cameron Ward, come on down. It is official. Ladies and gentlemen, our new starting quarterback has come to town. There probably will be a press conference. There probably will be a press conference tomorrow. They're going to probably get on the horn, and they're going to get him in Nashville. They're going to get him in Nashville. They're going to get him in Nashville tomorrow morning. So tomorrow afternoon at some point, Cam Ward will be in town. We'll be in Nashville. Wow. So now that it is starting. So the Jags have moved up. See, they know the Jags felt threatened. The Jags feel threatened now. The Cam Ward going to the tight end like, oh yeah, we better trade up. We gotta match this. We gotta match this. Cam Ward could be a problem for us. We gotta match this. So the Jags have moved up to 2. The Browns move back to 5. They get a second. They get their second round pick. So the Jags will now have 2 second round picks, which the Browns will get a pick. They pick at 33. I think they pick at 33, and now they'll pick at 36, right behind us. Remember that could be very important on day 2. Because remember, the Titans are trying to trade back. The Browns the Browns have a pick right behind them. So we may be able with the Browns to get a third round pick with the Browns and move back only one spot. That is possible. I think the Jags are picking Travis Hunter. They figure, oh, the Titans got Cam Ward. Oh, we gotta match this. We gotta match this. They might get Abdul Carter. They might get Travis Hunter. They're not taking Shador because they got Trevor Lawrence. So it's either gonna be Carter. It's either gonna be Carter or Hunter. And it looks like it could be Travis Hunter. So, man, this division is about to get very interesting. You got Cam Ward on one side. It could be Travis Hunter on the other. And Jay, just let me know what's going on. Squeak out. Good job. Okay. I'm trying to make sure I'm back. I want to make sure that can I make sure y'all let me see, y'all hear me? Yeah, hear me? Okay. So a big trade just happened. The Jags have traded up from 5 to 2. Have traded up from 5 to 2. The Browns get the number 5 pick. They get the number 36 pick. They get a number 1 next year as well. So I'm like this. Giants didn't want to really give that up. They could have gave up a lot more than that. And so now the Browns are picked right behind us. They pick at 33 and 36. So now, with the Browns right behind us, that's very interesting because the Browns now picking at 33 and 36 now. And then they're picking at 67. And then the Browns picking at 67 and 94. So, they're trying to definitely match what the Titans have done. Wow. That is going to be a rivalry. Cam Ward versus Travis Hunter, and we're going to see that twice a year. Now. So we may have to cover him, and we may have to go against him defensively. Cam Ward's going to get tested. And that's going to make things very interesting. You got the number 1 and number 2 overall picks going one-on-one twice a year. This is going to be very interesting. But they did go with Travis Hunter. I'm like, okay. Travis Hunter, I don't know if you're going to be happy in Duval, but this is going to be interesting. This is going to be very, very interesting. This could be fun. As much as I don't like the Jacksonville Jaguars, Travis Hunter, he's the guy that I liked. If we did need a quarterback, and by the way, also Mr. Philly fan, Mr. Philly Titan, thank you so much for the $50 super chat. Thank you so much for that. Thank you for the super chat. I so appreciate that. I definitely do appreciate the super chats. Mr. Philly Titan, thank you. Cam versus Hunter. That is going to be fun. Miss Mims, how you doing? I'm doing good. Again, make sure y'all share this show out. Let everybody know where they can come on in. But I will say, that's going to be fun and interesting. I could see some matchups, Hunter versus L'Jarius Sneed or Jarvis Brownlee. Him and Brownlee, that would be a good matchup. You may see a Calvin Ridley. Versus Travis Hunter, or Luther Burden versus Travis Hunter. That's going to be interesting. So, this is something here. But again, now the Giants on the board at 3. Ms. Mims, I appreciate that. Yes, indeed. Glad to have our new quarterback. But now the question is, how are they going to deploy him? How are they going to do that? Because playing both ways, that's unheard of. It is unheard of a player to play both ways. That is unheard of. But, it's very interesting. I don't even think I remember hearing I don't think I even remember them talking to Cam Ward after he got picked. But I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how the Jags deploy, how the Jags deploy him. That's going to be extremely interesting. Ms. Bim says, I believe Sanders going to the Browns. Right now, rumor is the Browns saying they're not drafting a quarterback. Now they could do that. Now they got 33 and 36. So if the Browns want to, they could trade back into the first round. But it's going to be very interesting how they deploy him. It's not unheard of because I mean, Prime did it. He played offense and defense as well, so it ain't unheard of. Let's see. Dr. Stone says, any nice tight ends we have a shot at in the draft. I mean, I think there's definitely some tight ends in this draft, like a Mason Taylor out of LSU. Maybe Cam Ward's teammate, Elijah Arroyo, is another guy. Um, I would probably wait until day two, late day two, to go with a tight end. Although Tyler Warren is a guy that could definitely go early within the top 10. Another guy could be a Loveland out of Michigan. So now the Giants are picking. So Abdul Carter goes 3 to the New York Giants. Now, a lot of people wanted Carter at 1, but here was my problem at 1 with Carter. Number 1, Cam Ward was basically performed a lot better. 2, Abdul Carter did not work out at the combine due to injury. He did not work out at Pro Day because of injury. He said he was going to do a Pro Day, but he did not. So we don't know this stress reaction, this stress injury that he was dealing with. We don't know if he's still dealing with that injury. We don't know if he's healed. We don't know if he'll be ready. We don't know if he'll be ready. If he'll be ready for training camp, we don't know. But that's the question. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Abdul Carter is an extremely talented player. A huge get for the Giants at 3. He's gonna he could cause a lot of problems for maybe a Dak Prescott. He could cause a lot of problems for Jalen Hurts. He could cause a lot of problems for Jaden Daniels. Dion said, Jags messed up our parade. Yeah, in a way they did. But back to Dr. Stone's point, um, definitely Mason Taylor, Elijah Arroyo, I believe a gentleman by the name of Fadone out of Nebraska is another one I was impressed with. Those are just a couple of names of guys that I could see. I could definitely see some tight ends. He does have a quick first step. Like I said, any other draft, if we didn't have a quarterback, if we had a quarterback, Carter or Hunter would have been the pick for me. Pig Wiggle says tighten up. He gonna need oxygen and the amount of playback he will have to study. He won't be able to do that top level for long. Yeah. I like that with Philomatic. I like that. He said Jack's gonna have Hunter playing wide receiver, defensive back, special teams, and wrestle on the side for AEW. Yeah, I can see that. Be like, I can see that on AEW Dynamite, Travis Hunter coming out for a match or something. I could definitely see that. So, and Mim says my TV's ahead of you. Maybe not. Maybe not. But definitely. I mean, right now the draft is very interesting. I mean, I said Hunter would go at 2. I didn't know you were going to the Jags at 2. But right now, the draft is really going as planned. But what I don't like is that they're showcasing everybody else and really not showcasing us. But that's okay. So right now all eyes, the Patriots are on at 4, but all eyes are now on Shador. Where is he going? Where is Shador going? That is going to be the $100 million question now. Where is Shador Sanders going? NJ Typhus said they usually go to commercial with the Titans pick. I know, interesting. Ms. Bibbs, I appreciate you. I hope you have a good night as well. And we're just gonna keep going with the first round as long as possible. I know my Grizzlies are probably gonna get swept. My Grizzlies probably gonna get swept. Um, oh wow. So they're gonna come out with I see a commercial. They're gonna come out with a real version of How to Train Your Dragon. I did kind of like the the animated version. It wasn't too bad. So this is gonna be very interesting. We'll see where they go at 4 with Mike Vrabum and his beloved New England Patriots. But this has been the draft has gone basically as planned. I appreciate the likes. Let's keep getting the likes up. I see we got about 7 likes. We can do a lot better than that. I know there's more of you in here. So definitely do appreciate the love and support. Uh let's see. Philip Matty said TNT. Let's see, TNT. I know you watched WrestleMania 41. Overall, did you enjoy it? You know what? I enjoyed it. I think there were other WrestleManias that were way better. Honestly, um, with some of the buildup that happened. I mean, I didn't like the fact there weren't a lot of crazy, just innovative entrances, um, like what we're used to seeing. Like, Triple H always came up with a crazy cool entrance every year. Um, you know, um, I thought Seth Rollins' entrance was good. Um, I didn't mind um, LA Knight coming up in a Maserati, and then Charlotte coming up in a Rolls Royce. Bianca, I did kind of like hers. Um, so there were a few interests that were there, but all in all, now there were some good matches. I mean, I was definitely surprised that Dirty Dom won the Intercontinental Championship. Um, that was probably my biggest shocker of all of that. So very, very interesting with that. So I thought it was cool, but I've seen better. And now the Patriots are up. Yeah. Zach X, that's your team. And there it is. The 4 picks are going. The 4 picks went exactly the way I said it was going to go because I saw this. It was Ward, Hunter, Carter, Will Campbell. And so Mike Vrabel's first pick as the head coach of the New England Patriots, or Mike Vrabel, goes with Will Campbell, a tackle out of LSU who may go to guard, who may end up at guard. They said he's got very small arms. And now Cleveland, who is now got who now has a #1 pick next year, and also has added another second-round pick, is back on the clock at 5. So they could still go with Shador if they want to. But now the Browns, in a way, are playing with house money. Mike Vrabel is a great nickname. National media painted him like the best thing smoking. Yeah, they did. Dr. Stone, like, what a Patriots-like pick. Kent Woods was a. By the way, I know you celebrated a birthday earlier this month. Happy birthday, Kent. Don't care about the Bengals right now. You like my brother. How interesting. Um, So we're gonna definitely see. But Will Campbell going forward, I mean, is arm length going to be the question? Is Bray Bum going to leave him outside, or is he going to move him inside? You know, that's what happened with Skoronski. Skoronski was a tackle. What did they do? What did Bray Bum do? He moved him inside. So right now, I think trading back at 35 is very much more likely now. But definitely glad we got Cam Ward at 1. Technically, the Titans could be done for the night, but of course, the Jags had to ruin the day. And of course, I'm about to catch up with Miss Teresa Walker. She said, for the first time in 29 years, I got to sit this draft out. She said her youngest son is getting married. So shout out to Miss Teresa Walker. But what I find interesting is now that Vrabel's in New England, everybody's saying, well, oh, he's going to be a bookend tackle. He's going to be a bookend tackle. But when with us, it was like, well, you got to move him inside. His arms are too small and stuff like that. So, Philip said, Will Campbell look like Fred Savage on steroids. Wow. Love it. Yeah, see now, obviously, Mike Porganzi, you know, now that I look at him, is he Fred Savage or Ben Savage? That's a good point. That's a good point. He looked like the kid off of Sandlot that was the catcher. Oh, oh, I think Porter was his last name. Went on to become the great Hambino from the Sandlot. I was thinking about that. But yeah, now that Callahan, really excited. Him and Borgonzi have talked. So now it could be that the Titans are done for the night. Um, Now let's see what the Browns do at 5. So now with those extra picks and that number 1 next year from the Jags, the Browns go Mason Graham, tackle, defensive tackle from Michigan, now goes to Ohio. That's going to be very interesting. Really 300 pounds from Michigan, from the Michigan, from Michigan, the Wolverines. I was a Wolverine fan, definitely. That's a, that's a good get for the Browns at 5. And they picked up an extra pick. So, luxury. But right now, because Shador could be in for a long wait. If he gets out of the top 10, Shador could be in for a long wait. And they had cameras on him in Texas. He is not watching right now. He could be having a Callahan type breakdown right now. He could be talking to his agent. He's talking probably like, why have I not been picked yet? What's going on? You can definitely see that with Shador right now. And now, of course, everybody's going to ask, oh my God, do we have regrets now? I'm like, well, it's official. But Cam Ward officially a Tennessee Titan. Well, I like how Clark Callahan said, hey, when they started this September, when they started this September, don't even worry about whether you'll start right away until September. And I like that. I like that. Let him earn it. He's got to earn the respect of the team. He's got to earn the respect of his teammates. So, but all in all, I think it all points to everyone's going to be the starting quarterback week 1. But he does have to earn it. And Brian Callahan basically said that first meeting at the combine, I knew we had what we were looking for. They basically were like, we knew we wanted all along. Let me see. Am I bad again? Am I bad again? Hold on. Y'all give me a second. Hold on, y'all. Stay with me. Okay. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Got it going. I'm definitely gonna work on that before next season because we ain't gonna have this problem. We definitely not gonna have this problem again. So definitely gonna be working on that for certain. When it comes to this little issue that I seem to have um on my microphone, I'm definitely gonna work that out. But back at it. Um, just saw the Raiders taking Ashton Genty, the running back out of Boise State, who they're comparing him to Emmitt Smith, who is the greatest running back of all time. Well, of course, Jim Brown is one of the greatest, but he's the all-time leading rusher. Definitely. Definitely like that. Um, I mean, it's exciting for the Raiders. Definitely going to be a fun guy to watch. We're definitely going to see him this season. So very interesting that we're playing teams like, of course, we're going to be playing the Jags. I believe we play Cleveland this year. We also play the Raiders out in Vegas. So our defense is going to have to stop this guy. Our defense is going to have to stop this guy. So we're going to have to go up against him. And So I'm just like I said, we're taking a break right now. Um right now we're taking a breather for a second. Definitely making sure can y'all still hear me? Are we still good? And now the Jets are on the clock at 7. And the Jets go offensive line with Armand Bimbu out of Missouri. He goes 7. Remember, a few years ago, they picked Olu Fashanu, and he hasn't exactly panned out. So, all right, we're good now. That's what's up. So, definitely, I definitely appreciate the love. Super chats are definitely appreciated. Definitely do. Thank you for that. Two Tone Blue Studios. I know you're excited. I am very much excited. I think it's an excellent pick. The draft has been going good so far. Um, I definitely like Cam Ward 1, and I like the fact he ain't have to wear nothing flashy. And the rumor was that the Giants did offer a first round pick. They did offer a first round that the Giants offered a 2026 one. Now I don't know what else they offered with that, but obviously it wasn't enough to move Cam off of one. But I saw that on Twitter, and I agree. I'm like, they interviewed every other draft pick, but they didn't interview Cam Ward at all after he got picked number one. I did notice that. Like, ESPN just does not like the Tennessee Titans because they've interviewed everybody else. They didn't interview Cam Ward at all after he got picked number one. And right now, all right, y'all. So what I've also done is I decided to create just a little fun, a little competition. Help the channel out. Definitely show some love. I definitely appreciate the super chat. And maybe what I'll do is the person with the highest super chat, I'll bring on as a special guest. I'll bring on as a special guest for a show. Definitely could do that. So definitely just try to have a little fun. Definitely try to add some more engagement to the channel. So definitely help me out. I definitely do appreciate the super chats. Make sure y'all like, subscribe. If you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel. Also, make sure y'all share this show out and let everybody know where they can come on in. And I got a poll going too. Uh, do the Titans um do do the Titans trade back into the first round? I don't think they will, but it's crazier things can happen. Philip Mack says, in my opinion, swapping picks isn't gaining a pick. I would need 2026 and 2027 first just to consider. Now, according to Adam Schefter, the Giants did offer multiple picks, including a 2026 one. But don't know if we don't know if that was enough. Right now, we don't know if what they gave was enough. We're we're def- we're definitely gonna find out because a lot of stuff is gonna come out now after the fact. So now the Panthers are on the clock at 8. And so right now, no big surprises right now. So T Mac goes to Carolina. T Mac goes to Carolina at 8. So Tetroa McMillan, T Mac, goes to Carolina, a big body wide receiver. Body wide receiver. He could give Bryce Young a big target to throw to. And I like how some of the other draft picks, some of the other prospects, they're congratulating each other and things like that. Nigel, man, it's been a minute. Cam Ward versus the AFC South. Cannot wait. Long time no see. That's true. It has been a while. It has been a while. I don't know where you've been, but good to hear from you. Welcome in. Again, y'all, I got a poll going. Do the Titans trade back into the first round? Yes or no? Let's just have a little fun with that. Also, definitely again, make sure y'all like, share, subscribe to the channel. Super chats, of course, are appreciated. Um, whoever has the highest super chat, which right now, Mr. Philly Titan at $50 is the highest. Whoever does that, I will do I will bring them on. I will bring you on as a very special guest. So definitely don't help them with engaging with the channel, engaging with everything. So definitely do that. But I definitely do appreciate the love and support. Um, but against the AFC South, yeah, this gonna be interesting. It's gonna be very interesting. And so this draft kind of going as expected. I think now it's kind of calmed down a little bit now. Yeah, I definitely love how everybody else is getting A pluses and A's, and we're getting a B minus. Definitely no surprise. Everybody want to talk bad about us. But my thing is this: if Cam Ward, if Cam Ward had went to any other team, everybody would be going crazy like, oh my God, this is the great pick. This is a great pick. But because it's us, they're like, well, he could fit in Nashville. He might be all right in Nashville, but, he would have looked better with the Giants. He would have looked better with the Browns. He would have looked better with any other team not named the Tennessee Titans. Why they had to go to Tennessee? But that's okay. Because you know what? We're going to shut them all out. And I see on Twitter, Jill Jelnick basically got word. Cam Ward said he's honored that the Titans turned down multiple offers to stick with him at number one. Now the Saints are in. Shador Sanders is sitting there. There's some issues with David Carr injury wise. And so we're gonna see who they go with. Right now, I see none of y'all are going. Yes, they'll trade back into the first round. Like I said, I'm just going with something a little crazy. Philip said, I can tell Cam don't care about the spotlight. Who the Saints go with? Wow. Saints going tackle with Kelvin Banks Jr. From Texas. So, like I said, I told y'all, Shador is in for a very long night. He might not make it out of the. He may not make it into the first round. So, this is this is definitely good. Now there are gonna be times I may step away, and everything to take a breather for a moment. But man, tackle. So we've already seen 3 tackles go in the top 10, which I mean, if I could have seen us draft a tackle early in round 2 if now I could have seen the Titans going like a Kelvin Banks if they didn't already have Dan Moore or they were drafted a little bit lower. I could have seen that. Shador is really about to fall to the Cowboys. It does look that way, and I'm pretty sure that's where Prime would love for him to go. So I mean, it's going to be interesting to see where he does go. Very interested to see where he ends up. But if he gets past the Cowboys at 12, he might not get picked to at least 21 with Pittsburgh. And Pittsburgh might be like, well, we might just stay put where we are. Let's see. They're announcing the schedule. Mm. So now they're talking about the schedule release. And I think the Titans are supposed to have an international game at some point. So May 14th, they will release the schedule. So about 3 weeks from now. So about 3 weeks from now, 3 weeks from yesterday, they will release the schedule. They will release the schedule. So we will know where and when Cam Ward will make his debut. I'll find out when I may be going to watch the Raiders play or go to San Francisco against the 49ers, my second team. Shout out to my pops. And now Green Bay fans booing Bear fans. Because we know there's a rivalry there between the Bears and the Packers. That is crazy. You got Bears, Packers. That rivalry stretches back eons. And now the Bears at 10, and the Packer fans do not cheer hard. Oh, I thought Mongo McMichael already died. Oh, he did die. He passed away yesterday. I knew. Oh, yeah, ALS. He was dealing with, man. Rest in peace. Rest in peace to one of the former, to not only one of the monsters of the Midway, a Super Bowl champion, but also one of the last four horsemen. One of the last four horsemen in WCW. Went on to become a wrestler and became one of the very last four horsemen. So rest in peace, Mongo McMichael. Definitely gonna miss him. Definitely was a great was a very good color commentator, and then joined the Four Horsemen. And so now Colston Loveland from Michigan goes to the Bears at 10. So there's a tight end. That's the first tight end. And it's not Tyler Warren that goes off the board. Were they ambassadors for Ozempic? Super Skinny is really back in. I'm not sure what you're referring to, Philip. I'm just trying to see, but But definitely again, rest in peace to Mongo McMichael, one of the last four horsemen. Definitely shout out. The 49ers, well, the 49ers at 11, the pick is in. They're not taking long. Let's see. I can tell Cam don't care about the spotlight, bro. No flashy jewelry. Want a saddlebred suit from Belk. I think he just wants to work. You know what? I can appreciate somebody that doesn't have a lot of flash. That's just like, you know what? I'm here to work. I'm here to work. I'm here to play football. I ain't here for all the pop and circumstance and none of that stuff. So I can respect that. I can truly respect that. Um, you know, that's the thing. If you know you if you just be like, you know what, I want to go to work. I want to get to work. Let's get down to business. You know what? I can't fault you for that one. I would want to be down to business too. And let's just play some ball. So if that's Cam fits the Titans so much better, love his demeanor. I like his demeanor too. So I had a friend of mine, Davey said, I wanted Shador Sanders with the Giants. Make the call. I'm like, I can't do that. They already made the pick. It's already done. So I'm like, it's really nothing I can do about that. So, let's see. My Ozempic comment referred to the two ladies speaking about the schedule. My wife asked the question. Oh my goodness. You know what? I don't know. I'm a guy. I like a woman thicker. I like a thick woman. I'm really, not into the super skinny girl. But that's just me. So no, they've always looked like that. So wow. Saw somebody say go big or draft a punter. I don't know if that's actually what it is, um but you know what? This is an exciting time. A very exciting time. Definitely going into a new direction, a new era. We're going into the Cam Ward era. And now I did see something who was like Brian Callahan said he got when he got the call, he said in no certain uncertain term, like I gotta play. There's a play that you really like we have the play. Callahan said we got the play. Cam Ward had a request. He said, on certain terms, he's got a play that he really likes. And then Callahan was like, we have the play. He said in a very certain words that you got to put the play in. He was like, I got a play, put it in. But now Shador basically said, I'm cool. He like, Now looking at the teams from 11 through 20, all of them have quarterbacks. San Francisco got Brock Purdy, so they're not picking a quarterback. Dallas might pick him at 12. After that, I mean, unless the Colts just decide to go pick him. Ooh, that is a major nugget. That is a major nugget right there. Because somebody put out a prediction that said, I think it was Music City Audible. They said, bold prediction, Cam Ward is the only quarterback picked in the first round. What is Shador Sanders? What is Shador Sanders is sitting there at 35 in round 2? Do you know the draft capital we could get? If you have Shador, Jackson Dart, and Tyler Show all sitting there at 35, we could trade back with no problem. So this could be very interesting. So wide receiver for Cam in a second. I know they signed Lockett, but I still want another weapon. And do you go run? You know what, Nigel? They could go either way. With Tyler Lockett, you can be flexible. Whichever one is the best player available. And Jared Stillman says a lot of messed up, crazy things sometimes, but it's like I love for him. But he did say one thing perfectly true. A pass rusher can help a quarterback. And 49ers go edge. Mikael Williams. Now, again, if you go wide receiver, you're definitely helping your quarterback. But if you go pass rusher, you're helping your quarterback too. Because, again, offense sells tickets, defense wins championships. So that's the thing. Because they were just showing on the board 11 through 20, all those teams have quarterbacks set. San Francisco has Brock Purdy. Dallas has Dak Prescott. Let me take a look. Let me go past that. Miami got Tua, who just got paid. Indy, they have Daniel Jones, Anthony Richardson going to be battling it out. Atlanta's got Michael Penix. Arizona got Kyler Murray. Arizona's got Joe Burrow. Seattle's got Sam Darnold. Tampa Bay, Baker Mayfield. Bo Nix at 20 with Denver. I agree. If he doesn't get picked by the Steelers at 21, I don't think, unless the team trades back up into the first round, like a Cleveland, who does have the capital to do it. They got 33 and 36 now. They could trade back into the first round and go get Shador. So I would say the Browns are the only team that I could see trading back into the first round if he gets past the Steelers at 21. But if not, he could be very well sitting there at round 2. And we're picking 35. If he's at 35, I'm like, hey, who wants Shador? Who wants a quarterback? Give me your best offer. Probably teams with multiple
throw around picks like the Giants, who might talk themselves into it. I'd be like, hey, if Shador's on the board, you give me multiple first thirds. Well, let's see if he goes to Dallas. I mean, Shador, wow. Oh, oh boy. Yeah, Shador for a long night. If he doesn't make it to 20, if he gets past 21, he ain't getting picked until day two. And that would be humiliating for him, which tells me we made the right choice. A lot of teams really took him off the board like that.
All right. I man, Tyler Booker going to Dallas at 12. That was definitely a surprise. Loveland and Booker going this high are some surprises. Wasn't expecting that, but again, so I mean, right now, I mean this House of Sound now. I think we should be back, good to go. I think I might have figured out a system. I act like Tyler Booker when I walk into an all you can eat buffet. Yeah, I did that. He like, wow. I'm like, yeah. Walking into a certain situation, I would be like that too. I'd be like that too. So yep, I mean that. You know what? It's yeah, Shador in for a long night, y'all. It's a trip. And he do. Although I like that necklace he got on is like T book. I see what it said. T book. I'm like, okay, or book. I'm like, I kinda like that. I'm like, that's kinda cool. So right now the Dolphins are on the clock at top the on the clock is the Dolphins now. Tyler Warren is still on the board. Will Johnson, the corner, is still on the board. Again, I think the Titans are going to be in a very good position going into round two because some prospect, yeah, represent the big fella with style. I ain't gonna lie. I like the energy. I like the energy he brought. And I'm like, you know what? I like the suit. I like the swag, actually. I actually like that one. I could, yeah. I never like that. Now, I forgot. That's another thing to mention that we should be watching during this weekend. Players on the trade block. We know Trey Hendrickson is on the trade block. George Kittle has not shown up for off-season workouts either in San Francisco. And rumor is he would love to come home to Nashville, Tennessee, because he has a home in Nashville. He has a home in Nashville. He works out there all the time. Dream scenario would be him going back to Nashville, joining the Titans. So, I mean, that would be interesting. There's going to be some players that get traded during this weekend. So we're definitely going to be watching out for that. But hopefully my mic sounds better this time and everything. But we're at 13. Obviously, we're going to have the Grizzlies are playing tonight against the Oklahoma City Thunder, which, yeah, not really. I really don't have my hopes high on that. I don't see us winning. I don't see us winning that game. I really don't. Um, it'd be nice. It'd be nice if we could get. It'd be nice if we could at least get one. But I don't know if that's even gonna happen. I'm actually nervous about that. I I don't think we stand. I don't think the Grizzlies stand a chance with the Thunder, even at home. I don't see it happening. Now I saw a little bit of the interview. Now I saw a little bit of the interview. They didn't really show it. But the Jags making the biggest move with the big trade up with Cleveland, giving up a number one next year, and they gave up their number two this year to go and get Travis Hunter. Very, very interesting indeed. But there's still a lot of good players on the board right now, and names are going to start flying off. And you know what? I truly do believe there are going to be some very good players we did not expect to be there at 35 to be there. Now, I mean, we're definitely going to find out. I mean, there's going to be some surprises. I mean, I think there was definitely a surprise with the Jags moving up the way they did. Everyone is expecting Levis to get traded, but I think he could work out being a backup to Ward, like how Davis Mills did for C.J. Stroud. I disagree. Now, there's a surprise. Kenneth Grant, defensive tackle out of Michigan. I don't even think anybody had in the first round. And now they get the third Michigan player drafted. The third Michigan player drafted um, goes to Miami. And so now, picks are going to start rolling in. But again, Shador's in for a long night. I don't think Will Levis is going to be on this team. He can't, because you got Brandon Allen, who pretty much is presumably the backup. Brandon Allen is the backup. Brandon Allen is the backup. He knows the offense. He knows Brian Callahan's style, and he's going to back up Cam Ward. Then they brought Tim Boyle in, who probably is not going to make the team, more of a camp body. So Will Levis, you don't need that distraction. Will Levis will be a distraction if he's still there, if he's still on this team. So that's why I'm like, yeah, I would not. Will Levis will not be on this team. I think he does get traded this weekend. And again, he still had, even though he struggled, he still has some value. Unlike Traylon Burks, who people also say could get traded, he has no value. And so now, but I mean, this, you know, um, I could definitely see the Colts going Tyler Ward here. One of their top needs is a tight end. So, I mean, this is going to be, but we're going to definitely see. And then, of course, Tyler Warren goes to the Colts. He might be a very difficult matchup. He might be a very difficult matchup for us. Tyler Warren, tight end, now going to the Colts. That is going to be, that's going to be something. But I think we have the defense we could play. So, we got Cody Barton from Denver. And then, of course, we still have, Kenneth Murray we already traded. We already traded Kenneth Murray. Um, and I'm trying to think we released somebody else. Um, I can't remember, but this guy's talented. So we're definitely going to see that. But I do think Will Levis gets traded. But the AFC South has gotten very interesting. You got Cam Ward at 1, Travis Hunter at 2, and now Tyler Warren, a very good tight end, going to the Colts. The guy had 104 catches as a tight end. 104 catches as a tight end, which was second in the FBS. I'm like, wow. So, this draft has been good. It's been good. I definitely, it's nothing uninteresting, but it's nothing that's been just completely insane. I think, you know, the one thing I don't like, they didn't really give Cam Ward you know, a lot of tape, like just showing him off. Like they're showing other players off so badly. It's like the second, basically, you know, the Jacksonville Jaguars being annoying, that annoying, obnoxious jerk that you don't like. We picked Cam Ward, and before they can even talk about us much, they go make the trade, basically stealing our shine. basically stealing our shine. So I definitely didn't appreciate that. And of course, in the NBA, definitely the Grizzlies and the Thunder are going to get ready to play round three, which I don't have a lot of hope that the Grizzlies are going to win this game. So that's going to be interesting. Philomatic, the best quarterback, wide receiver, tight end in the draft for now, AFC South. Interesting. I agree. I agree. If nothing else, the AFC South is going to be very interesting. Now, the only reason Tyler Warren may struggle is because of who's at quarterback. That could be something. Now, that's going to be a problem for him because he doesn't have a good quarterback. He doesn't at all. So we're definitely going to find out about that. We talked about Will Levis could get traded. I know there was rumors about Big Jeff could be getting traded, which I don't think that's going to happen either. I don't think that's going to happen. And definitely, if I have to jump off early, what will happen is definitely I will give my surprises of any picks that were picked late, and then of course, either tomorrow night or Saturday morning, I will go live and I will go live and and talk about um give my reactions to tomorrow night's picks that we do make. So um so definitely be on the lookout for that. And then I would say Monday afternoon, I would definitely give my full review of the entire draft class. I know there's a lot of people like, oh my God, we're gonna have to face Travis Hunter and Tyler Warren twice. Now who the Texans gonna pick? So the AFC South has gotten very interesting. But there's still a lot of very good players. There's still a lot of great players still on the board. So not really worried about who we gotta go up against. I'm not worried about that at all. So that's not my concern. So looks like what happened. The Giants were willing to give up their number one. They were willing to give up 334 and a number one next year to move up, and we said no. Which apparently, I guess to the Titans, that was not enough. Apparently, that wasn't enough. So I mean, it's very interesting to see um, how all of this is going to play out with Yep, that's true. And that's the thing we will have with Cam Ward, a 5th-year option. A 5th-year option, which is a great weapon. If a quarterback goes in round 2, you don't have that. You only get 4 years. So basically, within the first 2 years, you better know if you got him. If you pick a quarterback in round 1, you get an extra year. You basically get 3 years to figure it out. And Atlanta on the clock at 15. Let's see where they go. So Jalen Walker, a pass rusher out of Georgia, goes, stays pretty much in the state of Georgia, goes to Atlanta. So Jalen Walker will stay in the state of Georgia and will go to the Falcons. So definitely a nice pickup. I know the Titans. I heard the Titans definitely did some work. Definitely did some work on Jalen Walker a little bit. Um, and so that's a very a good pickup for Atlanta. They definitely need help defensively. Definitely could use some help defensively. So um, now Arizona is on the clock at 16. And right now, again, I'm with Field. I hear this. If Shador does not go 21 to the Steelers or a team like the Giants or the Browns over jump them, there are going to be some fireworks at the end of round 1 because the Giants, they got 34. They could move up. The Browns have 33 and 36. The Browns have 33 and 36 and could move up as well. So, I mean, and again, if that happens, that's good for us because not only do you have Shador Sanders maybe at the back end of the first round, you also have Jackson Dart, Tyler Shook. All of them are, all of them could be in play as well. So that could put the Titans in a very advantageous position to trade down. So this is going to be a very interesting draft. Wow, that's very interesting. I just saw a tweet where Cameron Ward is already taught. He's already taught to. He's already talked to Calvin Ridley and Tyler Lockett already, and says he's ready to build chemistry with them. I like that already. So I definitely like that um he's already reached out. So he's already reached out. Um He's already reached out to those guys, and those are going to be his main weapons. And so I definitely like that. Um, I can't wait to see the videos come out where they document him getting picked and everything. Of course, well, it's already out. So the video they've already the Titans organization already put out the little video of the call to Cam Ward. So this is I'm excited. I'm very excited to see what Cam Ward can do. This is going to be a very interesting year. And right now, of course, my Grizzlies just tipped off. Um, just tipped off against the Thunder. Just tipped off against the Thunder, and the Grizzlies have to win this game if they want to have any chance in this series. They're gonna have to win this game. So definitely watch it between the draft and the Grizzlies game. And so the Cardinals go with Walter Nolan, defensive tackle out of Ole Miss. So uh, one of the first local players going in this draft. So the first Ole Miss player taken. Just have to make sure that the news mentions this. So Walter Nolan, the first Ole Miss player taken off the board. Of course, I'm thinking locally for, of course, my news station as well as here. So Walter Nolan, first local player going 16 to the Arizona Cardinals. And Arizona could use some help defensively. And I definitely like to pick. And that's the thing, really, with me that I have to continue getting better at is knowing other teams and what they like to do and things like that. And that's a work in progress for me as well. So definitely going to be working on that more. And I'm gonna have fun with that. Definitely doing some more. So that's something that um I'm gonna get better at and definitely be ready for when the season starts. So be ready, y'all. I'm gonna be coming with the knowledge. Russians are falling. Yep. I mean, Russians are falling, wide receivers, quarterbacks. Like I said, Cam Ward is the only quarterback that's been taken so far. And you haven't, a Mike Green hasn't been picked, a Matt Golden hasn't been picked, a Donovan Ezaraku. So again, the Titans are gonna have riches. And Kit, this is you. The Bengals are now on the clock, but like I said, there is definitely room. There's definitely room. Make sure y'all put your vote in. Do the Titans possibly trade back into round one? They're probably not. But again, wouldn't shock me if they did. Would not shock me at all if they did, if they didn't trade back into the first round. And so, um, I mean, right now, yeah, the pass rushers are not getting picked up quickly. I mean, defensive tackles have really been the story in the middle round. I mean, we've had already, I believe, 3 defensive tackles taken in the first 16 picks. Only one quarterback, only one running back, I believe only one wide receiver. We've had 2 tight ends, 3 defensive tackles all taken so far in this draft. And we've had maybe 2 edges. Well, yeah, 3 edges. I forgot about Jalen Walker, who probably could play inside, outside, anything like that. But, you know, offensive tackle, we've seen 3. Okay, y'all. After some very bad technical difficulties, I'm finally back on. I am sorry about that, y'all. Thank y'all for sticking with me. I know a lot of y'all probably just got off and left um, and everything, but let's kind of come back to where we are. Now, oh damn, wide receiver going off the board. So, now, this is it's that's really getting interesting. And Mecca Ibuka, somebody we were hoping would be there at 35, is gone. So we remember. So Mecca Ibuka goes to the Buccaneers at 19. There goes one of our big targets we were thinking about at 35. Could this be where a run on receivers happen? Of course, before when I had my technical difficulty, Shamar Stewart, edge rusher out of Texas A&M, goes 17 to the Bengals. Gray Zabel, a offensive lineman I did like out of North Dakota State, goes 18 to the Seahawks. And Emeka Ibuka goes 19 to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So Matt Golden, still on the board. Also, Luther Burton is still there too. Ibuka, I was hoping will fall to the second round, but he does not. I was like, man, I was hoping he'd still be there at 32, at 35. But, we're trying to see, hopefully, there's not a run on wide receivers, because if it is, Titans might need to go on up and get one before somebody else does. And so now you got pick 20 with the Denver Broncos, and let's see what they're going to do at 20. They don't need a quarterback either, but I mean, they're on the clock, and then it really starts with the Steelers at 21. Because remember, you got now, looking at round two, the Browns have 33 and 36. The Browns have 33, 36, and then they also got 67 in round three. If they don't move up for a quarterback and they pass on them the first time in the second round, maybe we could get them to come on up to 35, and I can say, hey, y'all better pick them before some other team do. So that's going to be very interesting to see where nearly, we're halfway through the first round. And we're at pick 20, but this back end of the first round is about to become very interesting. Again, make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe to the show. Thank y'all for putting up with me a bit, my technical difficulties and all of that. I think it's more so my computer than my microphone. I like this computer, but I may have to get another one. Some simply for streaming. One that might be better than this, because this one kind of sucks. But it is what it is. But yeah, I mean, the AFC South definitely getting better. All that's left is Luther Burden. I saw some of that. Yeah, I'm looking at it. I see the Cam Ward interview. They did not show this on live television. They did not show this on live television. And right now, the pick is in for the Broncos as well. I hope there's not a run on wide receivers, because if it is, we could have a problem. Now, very interesting, one of the top corners in the draft, a corner besides Travis Hunter has not been picked yet, and that's Will Johnson out of Michigan. He is still on the board. But there's still quite a few edge players. There's still some good edge players left. And there's still a few good wide, there's still maybe one or two good wide receivers left. So I'm hoping this is something other than a wide receiver or an edge rusher. So a defensive back comes off the board for the Broncos. Jahdae Barron out of Texas. So uh yeah, this could be very interesting. So now the question really is now the question really is it's on Pittsburgh now. Does Pittsburgh pull the plug? Does Pittsburgh pull the plug and draft Shedeur Sanders at 21? Because if not, I don't think he makes it through the first. I don't think he makes it into the first round. So the Steelers are on the board right now. The Steelers are on the board right now at 21. Do they pull the trigger? So the question is, do they pull the trigger and take this particular player? We're definitely gonna find it out. But those of y'all that come back and watch, I appreciate y'all. Definitely tuning in. I know y'all been dealing with my technical difficulties. I appreciate the support. Um, Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe to the channel and everything. And so now Jahdae Barron at pick 20 goes to the Denver Broncos. So what are the Steelers going to do? Are they going to pull the plug? The pick is in. Do they pick Shedeur Sanders? And on the poll, I see only 88% of you say no, 12% says yes. They move back into the first round. So the question is, what happens with Shedeur? All right. Now, is it Shedeur Sanders or does he drop even further? Oh! Derek Harmon, defensive tackle from Oregon, goes to the Steelers at 21. And the drop continues. And now Shador, he might want to just go ahead and call it a night. He might just want to go ahead and call it a night. Unless a trade happens, he is not getting picked. Because look at these teams. Green Bay at 23, Jordan Love. Minnesota at 24, presumably J.J. McCarthy. 25 with Houston, C.J. Stroud. 26 Rams, Matt Stafford. Baltimore at 27, Lamar Jackson. 28, Jared Goff with Detroit. Jay Daniels at 29. Josh Allen at 30. The only way Shador gets picked in the first round is if a team trades up. And Cleveland does have the draft capital to trade up, and I'm pretty sure one of these teams would not mind taking those picks and trading down. That is the only way Shador makes it into the first round, because the rest of the picks, 22 on out, all have quarterbacks. All have established quarterbacks, except for Minnesota. Now, Minnesota isn't. Now, Minnesota has J.J. McCarthy. Problem is, J.J. McCarthy's coming off of an injury, a very big injury that put him out for the entire season. And they don't have Sam Darnold. So the question is, what happens to Shador now? And the question is, now, honestly, the Titans are in a great position now at 35, because unless a trade happens, there could be possibly 3 quarterbacks available in round 2. And it all looks like Shador, it does look like Cam Ward is going to be the only quarterback picked in the first round. Now they're saying that the Giants offered number 3, they're number 1 next year. I believe they're number 2 this year. And that still wasn't enough. That tells you the Titans really wanted Cam Ward. But wow. Now, if Matthew Golden is sitting there at 35, oh my God, I'm running to take him. Now, again, you could see one of these teams who has, uh, you know what? All these quarterbacks in the back end are young. Like with Philly, Kansas City, Buffalo, you're going to be sitting. Washington as a young guy. Detroit maybe could be a spot for Shador, or the Rams. Because remember, I think Matt Stafford only signed a 2-year deal. So, I mean, the only other spot could be the Rams, where Shador sits behind Matt Stafford for a year or 2 and then take over. So I didn't think about that. But other than that, this could be a long night for Shador. Wow, tough one for Sanders. Cleveland is the one in the second round. Remember, they got two second round picks now. 33 and 36. I think they knew that's why they didn't accept going to the draft tonight. So he knew. Yeah, that's true. He was not at the draft. He is not at the draft. Well, we definitely got to see. But Shador, you got Matthew Golden. I mean, Omarion Hampton, a running back, is still on the board. Will Johnson, a corner that a lot of people thought was going to be in the top 10, he's still available. I'm like, man, the only problem is some of these really good teams in the back end of the first round, the rich only get richer. It's gonna be some sad picks that be like, damn, a player this good going to one of the good teams. And right now, there was a 96% chance he was gonna be drafted by 21. That didn't happen. Yeah, Lamar wasn't taken till 32. So I mean, yeah. I mean, some really good team is about to pick up a great play, some really good players. Unless now, if I'm the Titans, Matthew Golden is worth trading up for. Matthew Golden is worth trading up for. Harbaugh has to take Will Johnson, right? True, but I've been hearing they need wide receiver help. I could definitely see. So, the Chargers on the clock, they only got 30 seconds. That means if it's this late, that means they're working out a trade. Somebody's coming up. And if the Chargers don't make a selection, they're not going to be picking because this happened before. Right now, the Chargers better make a pick because they got 10 seconds to go. Wow. The Chargers basically took it down to the wire. The Chargers took it down to the wire. The time runs out and they get the pick in. I'm like, shouldn't that be a violation? Because if you don't get your pick in time, you don't make the pick. The next team does. And the way and so the thing about it is, you would think Harbaugh should take a corner. They might take a wide receiver here. Jim Harbaugh, this dude picked a left tackle to play right last year. So in the draft, it's unpredictable now. Anything can happen. So we're about to find out. Somebody's gonna get some steals. Wow. I mean that's a good pickup to go to be after Austin Eckler or Marion Hampton. That's a good pick for the Chargers. That's a very good pick for the Chargers. They can use a running back because I mean he's a do it all kind of a back, and I like him. I like them out of North Carolina a little bit, but now of course the fans are going crazy because the Pack are on the clock. So I mean it's right now it's Shador watch now. It's Shador watch now. The question is, will he get picked in the first round at all? My suspicions think he is not going to get picked in the first round at all. I don't I don't think he even gets I don't think he gets out of round one because I don't think Cleveland is gonna give up just got to move back into the first round. These teams are already quarterback set. So I think it's gonna be a good minute, which I think bodes well for the Tennessee Titans. If Shador, Jackson Dart, and Tyler Shook are there at 35, or a team doesn't already move up, I mean, that will do wonders. Now that I agree that could have been interesting if we had picked Travis Hunter at one, and then Shador Sanders is sitting there around two. That would have been interesting. That would have been interesting. I like Cam Ward's demeanor. I definitely like his demeanor. I mean, like they said, no flashy suit, no flashy jewelry, simple and to the point. And he ready to work. He ready to grind. He doesn't seem like he's the type of guy that cares about that spotlight. But I'm pretty sure when the lights are on, he gonna be ready to play. So I really, really like this pick. And I think um so I think I am very, satisfied. I'm excited. I'm excited for him. I'm excited for this team. And let's see what the rest of the draft brings. And of course, you're hearing a lot of "Go Pack, Go" chants because they're the home team and they're up for the pick. So now, I mean, Shador watch is on. I mean, damn, I don't know. So we're gonna see. I mean, but I definitely this draft has been very interesting. Some players I didn't think would go where they went did, and once again, so now a lot of people are thinking the Pack are gonna go wide receiver at this pick. I mean, they got Romeo Dubes, who, could have been a possible trade candidate. Christian Watson, you know, um, of course, Jalen Reed has really taken off as well. Aaron Jones gone to Minnesota, and then AJ Dillon, is out. He's gone to Philly. So what, so I mean, Amarion Hampton gone with the Chargers right before them. So let's see. Where do the Pack go? But I do think the Tennessee Titans are going to have some very good options. Damn, I like that nickname. Cashville Cam. I kind of like that. We got Psych Ward. Mm-hmm. Or depend on his number. Like if he does go with number 7, welcome to the 7th Ward. So we're gonna find out who do the Packers take at 23. They're making us wait. I mean, it's not gonna be a quarterback. Will Johnson, the corner, is still there. You got a couple of offensive tackles. Matt Golden is still sitting there. A couple of pass rushers are still sitting there. I mean, the Titans, I think they might could stick a pick at 35 and get something really, really, really good. And so right now the Grizzlies up 67-40 on the Thunder right now. Trying to get back in this series, down 2 games to none. They could get this game and maybe somehow pick up game 4. Now they make this series at least a little bit interesting. So who do Green Bay choose? I'm scared they're going to take one of these teams is going to take Matt Golden. He's not going to last long. They talk about community owned, which basically means the fans are the owner, publicly traded. I'm like, can we make the pick? I'm like, okay, you're pandering to your own people. Make the pick, god darn it. There it is. Mm. I told you, rich get richer. Packer fans are going nuts. Packer fans are going nuts. They just got a steal in this draft. Matthew Golden wearing golden. But the Packers might have got the steal of the draft. You know, draft parties are always fun. That would have been cool. But the edge rule does look kind of nice. Guys like Donovan, Mike Green, James Pierce, still there. So Donovan Jackson, offensive lineman from Ohio State, goes to Minnesota. If Edge is looking nice, hey, again, that's another need. You can still get a wide receiver later. I don't think Houston, now Houston is trading. So Houston is trading out. Who's coming up? That's the question. Ah, damn, the New York Giants. They're coming to get Shador. Yep. So the Giants do the trading up. They give up a second, they give up a late third and a third round pick next year. It looks like the Shador slide is about to come to an end. And I mean, how crazy is it that the Giants started off trying to trade up to one, couldn't do it. They get Abdul Carter, and now they might be adding Shador Sanders as well. Look like look like a friend of mine in North Carolina might be a friend of mine in South Carolina might be getting her wish after all. I mean, the question is, who they're saying quarterback. The question is it Shador or is it Jackson Dart? I didn't think about that. Is it Shador or is it Jackson Dart? It looked like it. It looks like it's not Shador. The way that I'm seeing Jackson Dart on TV hugging people and stuff, it's not Shador.
So the same time, to move for a quarterback, it doesn't look like it's Shador. Rumor is the Titans had quite a few trade offers, but they said they wanted Ward. Now, what could have happened, we could have gotten a whole lot, and we still could have took Shador at 3. Now we had liked Shador, and, you know, decide, you know what, we're going to take this deal. and then we still draft Shador at 3, and you have that extra capital, I could have seen.
We're about to find out. We're going to find out if this was a smart move by Borgonzi or a dumb move by Borgonzi. We're about to find out. Because if Cam Ward stinks and then Shador turns out to be pretty good, you're going to be like, you could have traded back, gotten a boatload of picks, and you wouldn't have wasted it. But that's what we're hoping for, that Cam Ward can end the misery at quarterback. So this, we're about to find out Cam Ward is truly the it. We're going to learn a lot about Cam Ward these next couple of years. Is he the guy or not? I'm hoping he is. So that's something we're definitely going to see. But Matthew Golden. I mean, right now, the way things have been looking, Shador doesn't look like he just got a call. Jackson Dart earlier looked like he just got a call. And of course, now that Green Bay's pick is in, a lot of Packer fans are like, okay, we're done for the night. So here's the question: Shador or Dart? I think it's Dart. Wow. It is not Shador. It is not Shador. Jackson Dart is the pick. And I told you, I was looking at that. I said, Shador Sanders didn't look like a guy that was getting a call. Jackson Dart looked like a guy he just got a call. Man, the Shador Sanders fall from grace continues. Phillips, I'm starting to think Shador might fall the same way like Malik. Pre-draft first round, but get drafted in the third or fourth. That could be possible. But see another thing. The trades are starting to happen now. Giants just traded up. Now Atlanta is trading up. Trades are starting to happen. Question is, it's not for a quarterback. Michael Penix is already their starting quarterback. So who is Atlanta trading up for? I was like, I honestly thought the Giants were going to I saw someone on Twitter like Giants gonna pull off the heist of the century. You know, you get Abdul Carter, and now they add Jackson Dart instead of Shador Sanders. The Titans could have gotten Travis Hunter at 1, then traded back into the first round and could have got Shador to go with them. But again, I'm better off with Cam Ward because I think Shador and Prime, they are finna crack. They are probably crashing out right now. Shador and Prime are crashing out right now. I cannot, if I was a fly on the wall down there with Prime and Shador, but man, but and I know a lot of people are glad that I'm coming back, even though my um, technical issues of Gwent.
So, but this draft has been interesting. This draft has been very this first round has been very interesting. They drafted a lightsaber boy, typical Giants. I would thought it was Shador. It would make sense. But the Falcons traded up. Ooh, Jay Pierce Jr. You go for an edge rusher. And I mean, they already picked Jalen Walker earlier. Now they have another pass rusher. You can't have too many. Damn, so the Rams trade out of the first round. The Falcons go up from the second round, which I didn't see where they were. But the Rams get the second round pick this year, a seventh rounder, and a first next year. And then the Falcons they'll stay in the third round. So again, I mean, wow. And now again, if Shador Sanders is sitting there at 35, we could get all the Bears at 39 and 41. The Bears at 39 and 41, but they're not coming up for a quarterback in that game. Williams. I'm just thinking who was a quarterback needy team. Maybe the Saints. Maybe the Saints, maybe the Cowboys. You know, um, Atlanta traded up for 46. That's what they gave up the first next year. They traded up for 46 all the way to the back end of the So I mean, again, Titans have some nice choices. I mean, on the Jerry Sneed, maybe some issues there. I mean, what about Will Johnson at corner? I mean, we don't necessarily get a corner, but if he's sitting there popping around too, why not? With Travis Hunter, you might need another corner. You got Will Johnson and Thomas Powley. You got Will Johnson still in my corner. Mike Green, the pass rusher. Who's the burden? You got Donovan Ezeraku. Nick Scott from Texas A&M. The burden is still there. We might get another off-ball linebacker. Jahai Campbell is still there. JT Tuimoloau is there. This guy Landon Jackson that everybody knows is out of trade. Back you can still get him. So I mean, there's still plenty of very good prospects that you can look at. Malachi Starks, another really good safety. Really good safety. And there's a couple of good ones that were supposed to go to the first round that could be there. I mean, right now, 35. The Titans could go anywhere. Jamie Higgins, Jalen Noel is another. Um, so, I mean, again, a lot of good players. Again, if Shador Sanders is sitting there at 35, somebody's going to come up and get him. Somebody's going to want to come up and get him. A team like the New Orleans might come up and get him. Um, perhaps it would not surprise me. No, I take that back. Would Jacksonville be that crazy and go draft Shador Sanders to go with him? And they'd be like, hey, Trevor Lawrence is available. So, I mean, I can see that too. Well, the Detroit Lions on the clock. The Ravens have made their pick. We have 6 picks to go. But I'm just trying to think there's a lot of good players that's going to be sitting there in round 2 that we can easily pick up. And, I mean, some of these teams are back in the first round. Like, if I had to give up much to move up a spot, I could. If I might get up again.
Okay. All right. So now the Ravens. Man, Malachi Starks. I just talked about him, and now he goes back there with Kyle Hamilton. You might have the best. You may have a very good duo of safeties now. So now, so Malachi Starks, a safety, goes to the Ravens, and I mean now that you pair him with Kyle Hamilton again, gonna be hard to throw on. You already got still Marlon Humphrey as well. Not gonna be easy to throw on. But again, I do think the Titans are gonna have some riches in round two. Again, Luther Burden is still there. Donovan Ezaraku is still there. Mike Green is still there for the moment. But right now, positions are getting thin. Wide receiver early, getting a little thin because you had Travis Hunter, Tech McMillan, Matthew Golden. I forgot the other wide receiver. Emeka Ibuka, all of win the first round. Luther Burden, only first round worthy one that's left. So I mean, so I mean, there are wow. Everybody was kung fu fighting. Huh. I guess maybe that's what I sound like. That's fine. I sound like a villain. That means I'm good. I like being a villain. But we're almost to the end, y'all. And then I'm gonna probably give reactions. I'll probably give some quick reactions to some other picks as time go on. We'll definitely see what the Titans do in night two. I'll definitely be paying attention for my job, so I'll definitely be watching to see what we go with. But I mean, some good players are still going to be available. There's still going to be some good players available. We got about 7 picks before we're on the clock again. And I see more than 7 good players that we could go with. So I'm not, we're good. But like I said, if Mike Green, Donovan Ezaraku, or Luther Burden is there at 35, you got to take one of them. You don't trade out of that pick. You do not trade out of that pick. You stay and pick. Now, the Lions could use some help defensively. I mean, they did well, even though Aiden Hutchinson was out. I could definitely see. I definitely could see them going edge, so it's getting thin. But Dan Campbell, tough minded head coach. Now, that's another interesting name, Swessinger. We need an off ball linebacker as well. Let's see who they pick, the Lions. So Tyleek Williams, defensive tackle, Ohio State, goes to Detroit. Wasn't expecting that one. But yeah, you still got some good edge rushers. Mike Green, David Ezeraku, JT Tuimalau are still on the board. I am very shocked Will Johnson is still on the board. Very shocked. According to Nick Emawari, a safety out of South Carolina, is still on the board too. I mean, again, the Titans could go anywhere with this pick. I don't know. Philip, you're laughing. Am I still sounding like a kung fu movie? Yeah, and I'm with TD. He says some possibilities. Luther Burden, Jaden Higgins at wide receiver. Mike Green, Donovan Ezeraku, Landon Jackson, Kyle Kennard, pass rusher. Will Johnson, also at corner. I mean, again, we have those issues. And Shador Sanders still looks like his name is not going to get called. The Commanders are up at 28, and they got Jaden Daniels. Shador looks pissed. Shador looks pissed. Shador Sanders looks pissed off. He does not look happy at all. But again, that bodes well for us. Because if Shador Sanders is still there at 35, we could bait some team to move up for him. The question would be who? Again, one team that I would say, Carolina. I would say Carolina could be a team you could bait up for Shador. See, maybe if you could trade up, maybe see if you could get a second or a third next year. New Orleans is another team. Like New Orleans at 40, I could see trading up for a quarterback. Um, Maybe Dallas at 44. Maybe the Rams at 46. I doubt Seattle, even though they got 2 second-round picks at 50 and 52. Carolina at 57, even though that's very far down, they will probably, like Carolina will probably have to give up their second next year. They'll probably have to give up a second, maybe a third next year. But the key is you got to get you a third rounder. But there's only a few teams I could see trading up. Now, Cleveland, again, is right behind us, is ahead of us and behind us. But if Cleveland wanted Shador Sanders that bad, they either would have took him at 5, they would have either took him at 5 or they would have traded up already. And they didn't. It would be funny if it's like we pick Cam Ward and it'd be like, you know what, we'll pick Shador Sanders too. Why not? I know that's not going to happen, but still. And right now, if you're checking Grizzly score, 82-58. And the Grizzlies are in pretty good position, maybe to at least get one. So we're almost to the end. We have 4 picks to go. And then I'm going to be signing off. I'm going to eat real quick and then get ready to call it a night. Now, Washington, for my dearest friend, has done a lot of work. They got Debo Samuel and Laramie Tunsil via trade, and then they got Javon Kinlaw. The question is, could they get richer? They're looking at Mike Green, the Marshall edge pick, which sound like that's where they might be going. Right now, Washington play like last year when they got in the playoffs. Washington was playing with house money. They were playing with house money. They had absolutely nothing to lose, and they got nothing to lose here. So Washington goes offensive line with Josh Connerly, add some more protection for Jaden Daniel. Tomorrow, I will probably go on. I will probably go on live probably Saturday, before rounds 4 through 7, and give my thoughts on day 2 because I do have to work tomorrow night. So I may do a quick video. I may do a quick video tomorrow night, or it'll be early Saturday morning. Before rounds 4 through 7 is when I may I'll put out a video. So be on the lookout for that. I will let y'all know when that drops. So definitely be ready for that. So we got 3 picks to go before the end of the first round. Right now, Donovan Ezaraku, Mike Green, Luther Burden, Will Johnson, all still on the board. Let's see what happens. And Shador Sanders, which I just think Shador might as well just go to sleep, go home, go to sleep. Him and Prime just gonna have to get over tonight and regroup for tomorrow. So again, the Tennessee Titans are in, I think, a very good position. I think they're in a very, very good position. And so we're probably going to get ready to end the poll. 90% of you say no. 10% says yes, they'll trade back in. I don't think they're going to trade back in either. It looks like we're going to end the poll here. Definitely be on the lookout. Now definitely getting some nuggets. Now Buffalo on the clock at 30. Finna get ready to wrap up tonight. Thank y'all for sticking with me through all the technical difficulties and everything I've had to deal with. I probably would do better doing it on my phone going forward. At least my phone won't go out on me. So we're gonna see who Buffalo picks at 30, but you know they got good defense. They gave up Stephon Diggs. I mean, the way they're looking is like the rich could get richer. I will definitely try to look at the press conference, um, and definitely see what I hear from them. But All in all, I'm hearing nothing but good things about him. Sometimes, if you have a guy that you love, if you have a guy that you love, you don't give up anything for him. So I appreciate everybody been tuning in with me, sticking with me this whole time. I really do appreciate it. I know there's been technical difficulties, there's been some craziness going on, but um, all of it is working itself out in the end. But now Buffalo on the clock, they love their defense. But let's see who Buffalo. And I'm with my boy Baracco. Tonight was easy. Tomorrow, the draft really begins. And tomorrow, it gets a lot tougher because now you got to decide stay at 35 or trade back if you can. Because this is gonna be fun. This draft is gonna be fun. I do like the fact they're making wishes for some of these young kids, giving them a chance to live a dream. What does Buffalo take? Maxwell Harrison, a very good corner out of Buffalo. Again, 2 picks left. There's a guarantee. There's Maxwell Harrison, who I like him because he's been congratulating everybody. He's been congratulating everybody. He's been congratulating everybody as they've been coming out. So I'm kind of cheering for this young man a little bit, even though he's going to be in Buffalo. The Steelers. I would trade 35 for Pickens and their pick in the 4th round. I would like to get a 2nd-rounder. Like, I don't think, like, the Steelers have a pick 83 in the 3rd round. Now, I would say this. Pickens, if Pickens is available, I would definitely give him up. And see, the Steelers don't have a 2nd-round pick. The Steelers don't have a 2nd-round pick. That's the thing. I'm trying to get into the 3rd round. Maybe with Pickens, if there's a way to get into the 3rd round and you still get George Pickens, that's fine. I'll give up one of my 4s. I'll give up, again, Will Levis could be an option for the Steelers. I would try to see if I could get George Pickens there. I mean, I'll give up a number 1 next year. Now, if the Steelers offer TJ Watt, then we could talk. But I'll probably get Pickens, maybe give up both of my 4th-round picks. See if I can get 83. I'll give up both of my 4th-round picks. See if I can get 83 and George Pickens. But I think Carolina could be a partner. I think New Orleans could be a partner. Dallas could be a partner. Although if Micah Parsons is unhappy, I mean, we probably have to get a first round pick. They will want a first round pick for Micah Parsons. But again, for TJ Watt, I'll give up my first next year for him. For Trey Hendrickson, I'll give up one of my fours. But you got to try to get in the third round. Now, perhaps if you go back to 83, if you trade back to 83 and you get a third round pick and you can get a George Pickens, and maybe they're 123, okay, that's fine. But now another trade has happened. So the Eagles are on the board now. I thought there was a trade. But we are about to finish up. And the Grizzlies right now, hold up, y'all hurt? We were just up 27. Now we're only up 13. So I'm looking at the Grizzly game. Now, we could squander this lead. I can see it. But now the Eagles are picking at 31. So we got 2 picks to go. Oh, damn. I see that now. We're up 27. Ja takes a nasty fall. And once again, Ja needs to add on some damn weight. Man, that fall was nasty. Sorry, y'all. I was watching the Grizzly game. Yeah, that fall was pretty nasty. The Warden. I kind of like that. I don't know if he's going to get number 1, though. He got to earn that. Mike Green, Luther Burton. Yeah, definitely. But that's right. Houston is now right ahead of us. So they could take one of the players we want. So we got to see. We got 2 picks to go. About to get ready to call it a night. I can already tell, like in FedEx Forum, the wind has kind of been taken out of the sails with what happened with Ja. Took a very nasty fall. That could have been really bad. I hope he's okay. So the Chiefs switch spots for a 5th round pick. So they do that just to switch one spot. So the Eagles move up one spot. The Chiefs move back and get a 5th round pick to move one spot. Like this trade makes no sense. Wow. And that Eagle defense just continues to get better. Jahad Campbell goes to Philly. And now we're at the last pick of the draft. And so now we got one last pick in the 1st round. Cleveland at 33, Houston at 34. Houston does concern me. Houston does concern me. Houston does concern me. They might steal a player in front of us just just to, just like what Jacksonville did with Travis Hunter. Jacksonville basically traded up to steal shine from us. But now it is guaranteed starting tomorrow that Ezraku, Mike Green, Luther Burden, Will Campbell, one of those 4 guys are going to be on the board when we pick at 35. A lot of guys are still going to be available. Like I said, Luther Burden, Jaden Higgins, Kyle Williams, Mike Green, Donovan Ezraku, Landon Jackson. All these guys are still going to be on the board tomorrow. We could have our pick of the litter. I say we could trade back and trade back again. I could see that happen. I can see us trading back a couple of times. And so now the final pick of the night, and then I'm going to get ready to sign off. But I will go live again. Probably, I will probably do a quick video. I will probably do a quick video either tomorrow night when I get done with work, or it'll be early Saturday morning. But I like seeing these guys' excitement. I really do. That's what the draft is all about. But Will Johnson being there, Will Johnson still being on the board is a shocker. Although I'm scared this Grizzly team might blow this game with Ja being down. Like the Grizzlies at one point were up 27. They're now only up 12. And it's still the fourth quarter to play. And now the final pick of the first round, and I will get ready to sign off because a lot of very good players are still on the board, including Shador Sanders. I don't think anybody had it in their mind. A lot of people thought Shador could possibly slide in the first round, but I don't think anybody thought he was going to slide out of the first round altogether. Did not think that at all. I did not think Shador was going to slide all out of the first round. I knew if he didn't get picked in like the first four picks, and then maybe New Orleans did pick him at 9, and the Steelers did pick him at 21, I'm like, he might not get drafted at all. Let's see, Philip Matty says the reporting teams are concerned about Will Johnson's knee. Teams saw how it played out with Caleb Farley, don't want to risk it. Okay, very interesting nugget there, Philip. Now I see why. Injuries can play a part. There it is. John Simmons, offensive tackle, Ohio State, the final pick of round 1. And so now, Nick Inamori, the safety out of South Carolina, Luther Burden, Shador Sanders are all available going into round 2. Round 2 tomorrow is going to be very interesting. This is where the draft truly will begin for the Tennessee Titans. Everybody, thank y'all for tuning in tonight. Thank y'all for everybody who stuck with me. Thank y'all very much for tuning in. I'm going to try to do better with this whole technical crap. I'm going to get it together. I may just have to do it on my phone going forward. But everybody, good night. Tighten up. See y'all. I'll be seeing y'all this weekend. We will definitely recap the rest of the draft. Tighten up, because that's all we know how to do. Deuces.